Hey guys, Thread and Brass here. I am going to make a video today, kind of just a way to level and to breed differently than what I think a lot of people do. If you're on my team, you know the last fortification event we had, I leveled up about 35 levels in one event. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how I was able to level up so fast. And in this event, right now, we're currently in Celestial Rift. It's April 1st. It's April Fool's Day. If we go to the breeding event, you'll notice that on the side here, you can click on prices and ranks. If you scroll all the way over, you can see all of our team's contributions. And I don't know if you'll notice this time around, I have 221,000 points. So if we go to the About, this is how you earn your points. So those little egg tokens that you collect, for every one that you spend, you get a point. And then you can also get the Mystic Fragments, and these are worth 400 points for every one. And then if you spend your rubies, you can also get points. One thing that I have found that I will never do is use my rubies for points. I don't think it is worth it. It's a waste of rubies. You would get a little bit further if you just bought gold chests, because you're more than likely to get more points or more tokens with it that way. That in return is going to give you more. So instead of spending 1,500 on just getting points for egg tokens to do a quick breed of 20 eggs, I would go up to your armory, buy 3 gold chests, and there's a very good possibility that you could get, 1.1k egg tokens, and you can spend it, and then you'll end up getting more points that way. So I've gotten on the schedule with events. So events change weekly. They end usually Tuesday or Monday evening, and then Tuesday it's done, and then Wednesday afternoon we start a new one depending on where your time zone is. So our schedule is, we have, like, this week is a breeding event. They've started adding like a secondary event with it, so we'll have an assault event with it that you can earn more points to, because we're not even 24 hours in on this one. I think the assault event begins in like an hour. So next week our event will be a player versus player, so we'll be some type of team battle event that we'll be fighting other teams, and they rotate those out. Week after that will be another fortification event, and then the week after that will be another player versus player, or player versus computer. We'll have another assault event that we'll be doing attacks and stuff as a team and build up points. And then the week after that, we go back to breeding. So it's breeding, some type of assault event, or player versus player, player versus computer, and then we have fortification, then we have another assault, and then we have breeding, then we have assault, and then we have fortification. So it's actually in a loop, like a month-long loop every 4 weeks. It just starts to loop over, and sometimes they switch up what event we're playing with different teams or individuals, and how that works. So I've gotten into the habit now, since we're in the breeding event. During this breeding event, I will use up as many tokens as I can. When the event's over, I stop breeding until the next breeding event. So this past gap in between this breeding event and our prior breeding event, I had stopped spending my egg tokens, and I had gathered, I think, 110,000 egg tokens, and then I had saved up over 200 of the Mythic Fragments, and so that has gotten me a little over 220,000 points, and then I earned more points. Obviously, when you get the prizes and ranks, you can earn more egg tokens. You can earn rubies, and then you can buy chests and stuff like that, or you earn bronze chests through the different battles. So it has boosted me up quite a bit. I just started, hold on here, go to my breeding castle, breed dragons. So when we started this, I was still breeding a couple platinums. So I've already managed to finish out all my platinums. They are all up to breeding level. And that is one thing that I do is I don't necessarily take all of my dragons to full expert because I'm able to move so fast. I just try to get them all to at least breeding level. And then I have some that I will take all the way up. So I had just started, before this breeding event, I had this one right here, Secum, and not a Poppet, a Napa. I had just these two, and I was able to breed Scorchill and Champa, and I got a Poffet, which is pretty cool. And because I've got all of these are all up to breeding level, I'm ready to breed my first Garnet. So that was pretty exciting. But usually in a breeding event, I don't get this far. Usually I'll only breed a couple dragons and then it's done. But I have been saving these up since our last breeding event, and I've gotten quite a few. And then in between breeding events, I work really hard on leveling up the dragons that I do have as far as I can take them. So there's that. And I will continue to, after this is over, if you are above, I think it's like above level 50, you can actually, let me show you guys my mission right now. But the next mission when they come up, you can get egg tokens. Once you hit level 50, you can toggle those to speed ups. So is what I do when I am doing events is as soon as I am done with this event, I toggle it back over to speed ups, and I will run speed ups on it until the very end of our fortification. When fortification's over, I switch it back to egg tokens, and I run egg tokens until. So I try not to use, like right now we're in between events. Fortification will be in 2 weeks. So for the next 2 weeks, actually since the last event we had, I'm trying not to spend any of the speed ups that I have. I did spend a few to incubate some of my eggs because I'm impatient and because I don't have a lot of dragons that I can breed right now because I'm so far up. I use some of them to incubate. I try not to do that just this way because it does burn up through some of your speed ups. So with this event, I use some, but I'm still trying to save as many as possible. And one thing that will help a lot, like when it comes to fortifications, is your forge. So if you go into forge, you have all these really cool things that you can build. Usually if you get rolling, you will not need to use a lot of extra spells, especially if you have event dragons. Event dragons just do so much better, usually, than what some of the standard dragons are. At least what I have found thus far. I have not found a lot of the regular dragons. I have not found any that compare, so to speak, to a lot of the event dragons. Usually the event dragons are a little bit higher. Now, that can have some variances on different levels that you go in. When you upgrade to different tiers and stuff like that, sometimes they're just not quite as good as what you thought they would be. But usually they do pretty well and they're pretty level. My highest dragons right now are all event dragons that I've earned over the past few events. So always make sure that you have speed ups going in your forge. We're going to add another 48 hour. And you'll notice down here I got 33 hours on this one. Time wise, this is where you're going to get the best. Is the higher you can go, the better off. If you look at all the speed ups that this is, and I have some more speed ups than what some of you guys might have if you're lower level than I am. But like the 48 hours, it's literally 1 hour to 1 hour. So it takes 2 hours to create 1 hour worth of speed up. You don't get that with any of the other ones, like 15 minutes. So in order to get an hour out of this, you have to spend 4 hours. This is, a fifth. It goes up and it gets better timing. But the bigger you can do, the better it is. I guess it's more the bang for your buck. And this time, it's more of like the bang for your time. You get the better amount of time to spend. So I usually try to run 48-hour speed ups nonstop in my forge. Keeping your forge going constantly is great because you're earning something that you usually wouldn't use. So I go in every couple of days, I collect what I make, and then I go in and I start a new one. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it's constantly working for me to help build up my base and my speed ups. Um, Always do your missions as often as possible. Even if you only can get on once a day to do your missions, do your missions branch. This, usually your first mission, you can do a mission every hour. The second one, I think, is like every 4 to 6 hours. And the other one, I think, is like every 14 hours. So if you can get on and do missions, they'll help. I do have an elite account, as you can notice down here. I'm not big on like spending a lot of money on the game. The only thing that I do think is really truly worth the money is the elite account. The first time you get it, it's like $1.99 or 99 cents for your first month, and then it's like $5.99 a month after, or you can pay for the full year and get it a lot cheaper. It gives you extra experience on your dragons, which makes it easier to get them to breeding level. You tend to get a little bit higher loot sometimes, and then when you do these mission branches, you get here. We'll just go ahead and grab this real quick. I'm not going to wait anymore. So I get double the egg tokens on here. So if I do this, I'll get twice as much as what I would usually get. Usually for the 1 hours you only get 27. Of course, I'm up to the sapphire tier, so and you can add this little thing down here. I need to get an extra garnet egg to level them up. But usually I only get 27. With the elite account, I get double that, so it works out pretty good. 54 plus 27, I'm cool with that. So always do your missions if you want to build up your egg tokens. Like I said, once I think you're past level 50, you can toggle them back and forth. That's what I do. I personally feel that when you toggle them over, it's not letting me toggle right now, but when you toggle them over, I think you get more speed ups compared to egg tokens, but you want to get as many egg tokens as possible for the breeding events. Anytime that that you can build something up, it gets you a little bit further. And when you spend those in an event, you get more kickback from it. So by saving all of my egg tokens instead of breeding things in between, when I do finally spend my egg tokens, not only are they worth the dragons that I'm getting, but I'm also able to get prizes in the tiers, and those prizes get me, speed ups. They get me defense attacks, they get me gold chests, they get me rubies, all things that I can use to increase my base, speed ups that I can build towards, the next fortification, and it's the same way when it comes to fortification events. If you've built up all of these time speed ups and you use them all in a fortification, then you get kickbacks. You get egg tokens, you get rubies, you get gold chests, you get tower defenses and stuff like that. So it comes in handy. So I kind of just go with the flow of each event, and I try not to spend anything in between. And when I do that, I get higher up in the prizes that I win. Excuse me. And the higher prizes you get, the more you get, and the more sigils you can get, the further you can get when it comes to each of the seasons. So for this season, Celestial Rift, when we started, was our fortification. I completed second in our first week. So I finished all of these off. And I did this because this was on sale, so every event, when a new event starts, go after the discount dragon. That's just my thing, go after the discount dragon. It's so much cheaper, and you also get keys. And like my goal is to hit a mythic dragon this round. It is very difficult to hit mythic. I am still a very low level, so I may hit it, I may not. We still have 60 days left, I think, on this, so there is a possibility because I'm about halfway there in the first month. But I'm at the point right now where it's very difficult to get other things. So nothing else is on sale. And when nothing else is on sale, you're still spending a crap ton of sigils. So this event, I'm going to stop spending my sigils. And I've gotten second done. I think I'm about halfway through. And I'm halfway through the base boost, which I want to finish. I really wanted to finish this while they were on sale the first 2 weeks. because it saves so much in sigils. And I wasn't able to do it, so now I'm kind of stuck right now. I'm just slowly building my way up. But you'll notice over here, each of these have a key. And we've got, I think, one more key over here. So, that's my goal. And I also finished the mission branch, which only had one key. So, this had some good stuff for the missions. But I probably should have honestly put it towards this space boost to get me a little bit further, to get me some more keys. And then you'll notice this season, 002, almost halfway there. So that is the best thing that I can tell you to do when it comes to having higher numbers for both breeding events and also for fortification. In between, rotate. Don't spend your eggs, when it's not an egg event or when it's not a breeding event, and don't spend your speed ups unless it is a fortification, if you can. And that means you'll have higher numbers with each event, which means you get more prizes, which in return gives you more resources to keep building and to continuously build from event to event further up. And then, the events in between, we usually get more. And we'll join an attack here real quick. And this is another thing. This is how you get a lot of chests too with your speed ups. Somebody else is going through and they're fighting. If you take down towers, so we got a healing potion, blow up every tower you possibly can. Towers, you can even down here in this area right here where he's at, you can blow that up as well, and that will count towards your tower counts. But if you blow up all these towers, this right here, you can blow up the bridges, blow up boats, all that stuff. Blowing up all of that stuff will actually end up giving you a higher chance of chests. And when you do that, and you get more chests, then you can get more speed ups, and you can earn more eggs. So, just some quick tips. Well, I guess it's not really quick, but just some tips. If you want to build up your eggs and your dragons, and if you want to build up your base and what level you're at pretty quick, that's the way to do it, is just try to save in between. If you also are on my team, make sure that you do your event quests when we have them. This event, I don't think we have it. No, we don't have event quests this time around. But on most events, I will remind everybody, and this is very important as a team, because when you do your quest for each event, it goes towards team contributions. And, once you get the team contributions built up at the end of the event, everybody gets more prizes, which is more resources to keep building. So, I am going to get on here and play some game, get off of the recorder for a little bit, and happy breeding, guys. Thanks for watching.